Hey everybody, Will here from Dog Show Tips. Special treat for you guys today. It's a little different from our usual interviews. Today on the interview chair is my brother Ian Crichton, and Ian is the lead guitar of Saga and SixBySix. And it's going to be a good interview because I can't wait to Hi everybody, Will here with another interview on the interview chair, and this one's an important one. This is Ian Crichton, lead guitar for Saga and SixBySix, and Ian is also my brother. So this is going to be a good interview. Hey, Ian.
Hey, Will,
You ready for this?
I'm ready as I can be.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to start off the way I start off all my interviews. Just now, it's not going to be about dogs. It's going to be, how did you get started playing the guitar?
Right back to the beginning.
Right back to the beginning. Yeah.
So, yeah, here we go. Well, I played guitar as a kid for a couple of years, played chords, gave it up, bought a bicycle. When I was 11 years old, Jimmy, my older brother, who I've been in business with for 48 years, was a bass player. And so, him being my brother, I started picking up his bass and playing, and I was getting pretty good, And he told me that there was a Christmas coming up, and he told me that there was a guy down the road with a guitar, a semi-acoustic Guild. It was about as big as I was. And I bought it for $80. It had been heavily broken and repaired. So my parents bought that for my Christmas. He told me that he was going to trade me the bass, but when he got it, he went, "Nah, I changed my mind." So I was stuck with this guitar. And I don't know when time it was. It was shortly after that. I just got this bug that I really liked it. I was hearing Eric Clapton play a couple of licks. And so I went about trying to play guitar, but I had
no lessons, though.
No lessons, no.
No lessons.
So, it was a day of vinyl records. I put my thumb on the turntable, slow the record down, and try and play this little lick, and having a hell of a time. Plus, the tone goes down as you put your finger on it. So, that's pretty much
how does one do that? I don't understand how that happens, Ian. I don't know how you just do that.
I didn't know what else to do,
But I don't know how you take a sound from a record and slow it down, and then you can duplicate it with your fingers on this guitar. I don't know, like it just.
Yeah, but we're talking, little guitar licks, like not nothing spectacular. It was back in it was back in Eeks 67 or something. Where was it? Or 68. About 68 it started.
Whenever I describe my childhood, I always say it was back in the 1900s. So
last century.
It's true.
But and I just went on. I was possessed. It actually kept me out of trouble. I was no saint as a kid, but my friends were worse, and they were out there all the time going drinking and doing all that.
Come on, Ian. Come on.
Yeah. And I did sometimes. But
for sure.
A lot of time I would be locked in the room, and I was just infatuated with the guitar. And I had a very good friend, John Humphrey, who went on to be a great bass player. He was a teacher at the BIT in Los Angeles for years. He played with Jean-Luc Ponty, Scott Henderson, all these people. And him and I were buddies when we were kids, and we'd just jam in my room forever. And that was kind of about it, really. By the time I
When
was,
did Jim take notice, though?
well, Jimmy always took notice,
Yeah.
you
When
know.
did he take it seriously that, all right, you might be someone we need?
Well, that was years later, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, first of
I don't
all,
want to jump too far ahead.
yeah. I mean, Jim, when he was, well, I don't know, he was like 18 and I was 15 or something. And he was in a band called Truck. And they were playing all over Ontario, Quebec. And I was still in school, going to jams and stuff like that. When I turned 17, I left high school. And my parents had moved up north of Toronto about 60 miles, 100 kilometers in a small little town. So I moved back to Toronto, got a little job, and I had a room in a boarding house. But I knew the guy that owned the house. So it wasn't, it was pretty good. And I paid $30 a week rent. I mean, times have changed, right? And I would look through the Star newspaper, which is a Toronto newspaper, for guitar players wanted. And I went all to these crazy auditions. I mean, one time I walked in, a friend of mine had brought my Marshall 412 cabinet. My hair was down to my waist. And I walked into this audition to 10 Italian guys in suits and ties playing Volare. Right, not going to work. Turned around, off I went. So there was a lot of that stuff. But I finally got into a band called Kickback. It was mainly covers. We had about 30% originals that the other guitar player had written. And I was young. I was like 18. And the guitar player was like 29 or something. And
anyone we know?
No, but actually, Craig Baxter is his name. And he's gone on he writes lyrics now for Kim Mitchell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw him a year ago or something. Yeah. So, yeah, he's doing that right now. Don't know what the other guys are doing, but that's where I got my live experience to start off with. We were playing all these bars. Back in the 70s, you would play Monday to Saturday, 3 sets a night, and stay at the bar. it was pretty crazy. I mean,
when you're 17?
I was 18.
18, okay.
Yeah, going on 19 kind of thing. And we went all over Ontario and Quebec and spent a week here, a week there, a week here. And all this funny stuff happened, like learning how to wrap your cord around your guitar strap so you don't step on it and unplug it. Stupid things like that. So anyway, Jim was in a recording act at that point called Flood.
I remember Flood. Yeah.
FLUDD.
Yeah, I think I had a poster somewhere.
Yeah. And
top hat. He had a top hat on.
He did.
Okay.
And hair down to his waist. So that was going on, and I was doing my own thing. We were playing in Toronto at that point, and just carrying on with this band Kickback. And in the band Flood was 2 brothers, the Pilling brothers. There was Ed Pilling and Brian Pilling. And Brian acquired leukemia, and he passed away at the age of 26. And he was the main writer of Flood, which split the band up and started Jim, our brother, thinking about what he really wants to do. At that point, I got involved right away. I was still in Kickback and left the band. I still had 2 weeks to, I couldn't just leave. There was 2 weeks of shows left. And they got mad at me, but I thought, this is a much better thing to do. And Mike Sadler got in because Michael Sadler was singing in that prior band with Jim, Truck.
Were Michael and Jim boyhood friends? They were, weren't
They were friends then. Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of how it all came about. And we were writing tunes on very minimal instruments. There was the recording. We had an Atari 4-track reel to reel. And
Were you called Saga at this point? Had you come up with a
no,
name?
no,
Okay.
no. The band was called Pockets.
Oh, I did know that. Yeah.
For the first year we started touring. And the agents wanted us to play cover songs because we were playing in the clubs. And the people would be more adhere to that, hearing songs that they knew. And we went, no, not going to happen. And we just kept on playing what we did. So actually, the first 6 months of Saga were quite difficult by sticking to our guns.
Mhm.
I mean, we got yelled at a lot of times. Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, and all that stuff. We actually had to leave a bar once halfway through the night. But
Really?
eventually, we started building up an audience, and then we were filling the places ourselves with our material, and off it went to that. Yeah, we then started pursuing record deals, got management.
So you were Saga now.
No, we were still Pockets,
You're
actually.
still Pockets? Was
We're
there
still-
ever an album out with Pockets by Pockets?
No. We were informed before we did the first record that there was a 10-piece black band in America called Pockets, and they had a few records out, so we had to change the name. So we all
How did Saga come along?
it was just all brainstormed in the office, management's office, if I remember right. Spent some time looking around for something. And yeah, that was what was decided.
And okay, so where did we go from there? You're what? Are you 20 yet? Are you still
I'm 20.
you're 20 now?
I was 20 on the first Saga record.
Wow. So you're 20 now, you're in a rock band, you've got your record with you and your older brother. What now?
Well, there was only continuing.
Mhm. Well, the band is still continuing. It's not to the same degree, but the band is still continuing. So what's the question I'm thinking of?
What was the plan?
Yeah.
I mean, what I meant that just to continue. I mean, things are going great. We need to get out there. We need to get into something real. We got out of the bars. We were playing high school auditoriums and drawing about 800 people. And that was great, out of these crazy bars, which everyone's hammered. And then back in the 70s, fights and chairs flying. And, it's like, you want to get out of that. So we, all of a sudden, our first record got a lot of airplay because there was no radio stations then just played what they wanted. It was the day of that. And we were lucky enough that we were getting a lot of airplay in Toronto on 102, Spear to the Radio back then. And that really helped us. And our record was being exported. There's a store called Records on Wheels. There was a few of them in Ontario. And the one in Toronto, they would export Canadian product to various countries and also accept imports from other companies. So there'd be a section in the music store you could do that. We got a call we were told by our management that there's this strange place called Puerto Rico that we were actually doing really good, and they wanted us to come down and play. So off we went, and we did that, and 8,000 people sold out. I think I was frozen on stage.
Well, I've seen some videos of you I couldn't imagine how many people there are there. It's crazy.
Well, went on, but I mean, at first, right? It's, your first gigs, you ask other guys, I'm sure they felt first in front of a huge audience that you drew, you know, it was quite something. And we were actually, it was quite complicated because we were starting to go at that point. I think we had two records out. What's a while ago now. And we got a Rush tour across Canada. And that started in Edmonton the next day after we were to play San Juan, Puerto Rico. Right? I mean, that is...
Good thing you're young.
Yeah. I mean, we played the show. We got up in the morning, and then it was a day of planes. I think it took 4 or 5 flights to get to west coast of Canada to Edmonton in the snow. And we arrived at the Coliseum 20 minutes before we were to play.
Oh gosh.
And yeah, it was something else. And they just did a line check, plug it in, and off we went, got up there and did it.
Now that was a tour across Canada. Who was all in the tour with you? Other bands? Was it...
Just Rush and Saga.
Oh, so you opened for Rush.
Yes.
Oh, cool. That would be fun. When you're opening, how long are the sets when you open?
I think about 40 minutes is the longest you're going to get. Sometimes half an hour, but 40 minutes.
Wow. Right from Puerto Rico to opening for Rush. It's crazy.
Well, in Edmonton. I mean, look at the map.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. At one point, we were in, I think it was the Atlanta airport, and the plane's pulling out of the dock, and out comes a baggage cart, and I could see my guitars on it. And I went, wait a minute. But they'd already radioed, and they stopped the plane and put them on, so they almost missed the plane.
Jeez.
Which has happened many times in the future.
Well, your guitars didn't make it, or?
Didn't make it back.
Oh, okay.
Like lost bags, right? It's happened about.
But you had them for the show and then had to wait to get them back.
It's happened a couple times, like going to Europe, but fortunately they came back later that day, and they would drive them out to the hotel.
Wow. So you're on tour with Rush now, and what happened after that? Did things just start to skyrocket after that?
After that, well, I can't remember, Will. Exactly. But yeah, things were just started taking right off. I mean, next thing you know, we were headlining Maple Leaf Gardens. We did that twice.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember you headlining Maple Leaf Gardens.
Yeah. Then the English management he's quite big in his shorts. And I don't think he took Canada he didn't take Canada very seriously. Europe was a bigger market. There were bigger venues we were playing and all that stuff, but we did. And he kept us out. We didn't play Canada at one point for 9 years.
Wow.
You believe that? So when we came back, there was no Maple Leaf Gardens again. We were playing, we could play Hamilton Place, a couple thousand, that kind of thing. And it's kind of stayed at that level right now. But, when you figure the longevity of this band and the generations that have come and gone, right? And the likes of music, I mean, it's amazing we're still around, but we are.
Now, when did you first go overseas?
First time I went overseas was 1979. We were on a TV show in Munich, and we went to do the TV show and came back. On the TV show was Alvin Lee, 10 years after, Robert Palmer, The Police, just coming out with their first record.
Wow.
Jamaican artist. Dennis something or other.
On a side note, Sting's wife reads and shows Irish Wolfhounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to bring my dog audience back into it.
That's right. Yeah, dogs. Yeah, my min pins. I got min pins. I had Minnie, she was a runt min pin, and now I got Queenie. She's a regular min pin. They're a handful.
Oh God, yeah, min pins are a handful.
You know,
They're hard. They're hard for handler. I was a handler before I retired to be a judge, and min pins were a handful for handlers to show. So,
yeah, all that generally, eh?
oh yeah, they don't like being told what to do. They don't like being prodded. They don't. I was taught by a very famous judge named Gene Forsyth to just let min pins do what they want. So
Right. Yeah.
just sort of direct them around the ring. Don't try to make them do things. Anyway, we're off topic now. Let's get back. So you're in Germany on this TV show,
Yeah.
and you didn't speak German.
No, not at all. No. I mean, I don't really speak
Because
now.
Saga got very popular in the UK, in Europe.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think I sidetracked on the export import record thing because right after the Puerto Rico thing, our exported record of our first record, so 50,000 around the Munich area. That woke up all, promoters and everything. That really got everything started. And that was on import. So we really lucked out on that. That's good.
So
It's good to get.
what was next?
Well, then we
Not letting
started
you off
touring.
again.
Not getting off easy, Will.
No.
Well, then it was a tour, my first tour of my life, really, opening for Styx. And our first show was in Nuremberg. And we played everywhere. It was can't remember all the countries, but yeah. And they were in like 2,000 seat halls, something like that, 3,000. But it was really exciting for us to do this, do a real tour and start making a noise for yourself, We did well on the tour too, which really helped. We came back and started headlining right away.
Who's open for you guys?
Bryan Adams. He's never going to sell any records. Who else? Chris Rea. He did really well. He's an English artist. It Bites. I don't know if you know that band.
No, I don't know that band.
Nazareth.
I know that band.
There's been a lot of bands, and in turn we've done packages too. I mean, we did a tour of Kansas, Saga, Nazareth, all around Europe. That tour like that.
That'd be fun. That'd be exhausting though. It'd be fun.
Well, nobody wanted to go on last, like
I'm
Saga.
sure.
We wanted to go on second because you figure people are standing in that hall for like 5 hours before you even go on. If you go on last, right?
What was the like? You guys were already climbing, but was there an album that changed the course? That it just let everybody know?
Yeah, Worlds Apart.
Worlds Apart.
That was a big hit in America and all around. And Heads or Tails. They were
that one of those gold records behind you is that one of those Worlds Apart?
That's Worlds Apart American. Yeah.
How many gold records do you and Saga have?
I don't know, about 12.
You have to count them. I would just know. I'd be like, I had 12.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some Norwegian ones and all that stuff, so I think about that. But yeah,
that's cool.
But
yes,
they're vinyl. They're not CDs even, and now it's just digital. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I got one.
So it was quite a story. I remember the video when Worlds Apart was being recorded. Can we get some information on that story?
Well, we were being looked at seriously by companies and producers. At that point, we had a choice of big producers, and we were living in England at the time. We left Canada and moved in 1980, right at the very beginning, to Maidenhead, England, just west of London, England. And we had a great big house there that a management had found that the gentleman was renting out. It had like 7 bedrooms. Every bedroom had a little fireplace. There was 2 great big living rooms in it. One of the living rooms, we set up all our gear, and that was the rehearsal place and writing room for Worlds Apart. And that's where we did it together in a room in Maidenhead, England. So we were there already. We had American producers that we could have used or worked with. But our agent, Carl Leighton Pope, at the time, I believe it was him, or maybe it was Clive, our manager, introduced us to Rupert Hine. And we got a great vibe from Rupert. And we ended up doing Worlds Apart and Heads or Tails with Rupert Hine
Oh, I didn't realize he did both of them. I knew he did Worlds Apart. Okay.
Yeah, in Little Chalfont, England. And that's the place. And it was a converted horse stable. So the barn, which wasn't large, was converted into a studio with the studio room glass separation in the back. And we were recording in the old days. I mean, there was not much, today's technology at all, right? So we're working on 2-inch 24-track tape out in the ambient room, the room where you record, and the drums are set up with the old partitions. Like even in offices, the material steel partitions that separate. Yeah, that kind of thing. There were sound walls, and they were all over in there. So my guitar amp had them around it, the drums had them around it, but everything's bleeding into everything anyway. But it helps, And we played these songs off the floor, recorded them, and not much overdubs, but the songs were recorded that way. And then Rupert had a lot of tricks too. He did a lot of things. Like in the middle of Wind 'Em Up, which was a hit of ours, Michael sings quite quietly in the middle of the song. And Rupert wanted it to sound like he was really sleepy, because Michael's a great singer. And he was, I think, in the studio trying to sing low or, copy what. But Rupert wasn't happy with that. So nobody told Michael. We were across the laneway to the studio was our sleeping quarters. And at 6 a.m, the engineer, Stephen Taylor, and Rupert showed up and run lines across the parking lot, mic lines, and snuck a microphone into his room and tapped him on the shoulder and went, "Mike, put on these headphones." That was the song, right? And sing to this part. And so when you hear the middle of Wind 'Em Up, that's Mike. He's not even really awake yet, singing that. to get that effect of,
I don't know. I think I don't even know. Wind 'Em Up and On the Loose are the ones songs that people Saga. There's so many other ones that
they were our biggest
all the
hits.
fans have there. They were your biggest hits?
They were our biggest hits, but we had a lot of other hits. But
yeah, Jamie, my son's favorite song is "I'm the Flyer."
Oh yeah,
that's his favorite song. He plays that song a lot. So
yeah, we did a video for that in England, in County Kent, and that was quite something. It's like
I remember all the videos. I think I have them all. I think I have most of them anyway.
They spent a lot of money in those days. Holy mackerel. And they had all these guys out there. It was like a war zone. They had the guy from A Bridge Too Far or something like this doing the explosions, right? And it was something else.
And how old are you at this point at Worlds Apart?
26, something like that.
How did you handle it? I think about myself when I was 26. I'd be like, oh my God, I don't know if I could handle it.
Well, yeah,
All right.
we did somehow, you know.
Okay, so I don't want to get into 6x6 yet, but because Saga is still going, and you guys, what was the last album that came out for Saga?
Uh, Symmetry.
Symmetry. What year was that?
A couple years ago. I mean,
No, was Jimmy still working then with Symmetry?
maybe more than that. Jimmy, yeah, that was the last Saga record we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was acoustic. I played banjo on it,
Oh yeah.
mandolin, acoustic guitar.
Wow.
Daryl's on clarinet, and yeah, it was good. Took our songs apart. I rewrote a lot of the endings and worked out things on banjo on that. It was good. I'm really happy with the record. It's quite good.
That's amazing. So how did 6x6 come to mind? How did that happen?
Well, that was during COVID, and everyone was basically out of work. And I got a call from an English manager, Nick Shilton, who was the manager of Big Big Train. That's an Englishman. And he was working with this fellow, Robert Berry. Now, Robert was, he took Greg Lake's place in Emerson, Lake and Palmer kind of thing. They started another band called Three, and they did some touring and a few records. And Robert is the lead singer, bass player, and Nick was handling him. He was doing solo records. And they were thought about what Robert's next move would be, and they thought of me. So they they contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested. And right in the middle of COVID, yeah, absolutely, let's do this. And it's originally it was going to be similar to Saga, I think, like keyboards. There was another gentleman, Eric Norlander, was involved at the beginning, American, California. And he's a keyboard player. And we were writing stuff together. It became a little guitar heavy for Eric, so he decided to pursue something else. So then it became a three-piece. And we didn't have a drummer, so it was Robert and I writing the first record and searching for what we're going to do with the drummer. And Robert came up with Nigel Glockler from Saxon because he knew him. So we thought that'd be good because, Robert is progressive. I'm progressive and rock, and the drummer, Nigel, he's heavy metal. So, together it's a crazy little combination that created something really cool. We've done the 2 records now. Trying to get the third one done, but there's been some stuff in the way, but we're just slowly working away on that right now.
And you told me you haven't toured with 6x6 yet?
No, not yet. No.
That'll be fun. I want to go when you do.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, they need you. They don't need me.
Sure, dog. Yes, dog. Sure. Will.
Exactly.
We can bring all the dogs with us.
So, you have a poster to your right, I think. Is that the one? Dad's poster, is that the one?
Oh, yeah, right. Our father. That's right.
I like
So people are probably wondering, well, about us being brothers.
Yeah. I know how to explain it to my dog friends. It's the non-dog friends that don't understand my terminology.
Right.
My terminology with my dog friends is same sire, different dam. I don't know if
What? That's pretty much it, isn't it?
it is it. It is it. Yep.
I hope the audience gets that, you know. So our father was a book writer, and he passed away in 2012. And this on the wall is a little framed thing of his.
I think it's upside down.
No, so am I. You know, sometimes.
Or you're upside down, one or the other.
I got a glare here.
Yeah,
I've got it on tilt just because of the thing. But anyway, that's just a couple of his books right here: The Donnelly Murders, Night of the Dragon, and I Love You, Hugs and Kisses. About that,
I love Night of the Dragon. That was my favorite one. So,
yeah. So that's
that's pretty cool. But yeah, just so my biological father is Ian's biological father. Really,
we have the same father.
Yeah, we have the same father.
He wasn't in a rock band, but
no. I probably could have been.
He could have been.
So what's next? What's going on now?
Well, everything's sort of on stall a bit right now. We've been offered dates to play next year, which we're thinking about doing. But
this is Saga.
That's Saga, yeah. Getting through a third 6x6 record here, but taking our time,
I use Yearning to Fly as my theme song for this podcast, for the Dog Show Tips podcast, because you and Robert allowed me to use it. So it's my favorite 6x6 song right now, Yearning to Fly. So I don't know if it's your favorite, but it's my favorite. Did you write Yearning to Fly?
What? Yes, I did. But Robert helped. I mean, Robert did the lyric, and I love Robert's voice; it's great. And he helped a little, but Robert actually arranged it, because I did, but that was actually made from at least 2 song ideas that I had, and Robert, maybe even 3, and Robert puts them together, just like our brother Jim does in Saga. Jim Crichton, he's a brilliant arranger. Jim Gilmore and I will bring all our music, and we study it, and Jim makes notes. What's good bridges, what's good chorus, what's whatever, it compatible to whatever.
It baffles my mind that you can do that.
Yeah, arranging is a talent. Yeah. I've gotten a lot better, but I still would like to be arranged.
It's amazing, and I watch you on YouTube. I pull up. All you have to do is Google Ian Crichton, and you get these licks, and they're just amazing. I always send my friends, "I'm going to watch my brother play that." So,
yes, guitar player with maniacal tendencies. No, I'm just a bit. Yeah.
Back to the original question. What's next? You're
What's
thinking
next?
about touring with, or you've had some opportunities to tour with Saga.
Yeah. So we're just, at this moment in time here, we are just figuring out what we're going to do. Michael hasn't been well. There's been some health issues all the way around, actually. So yeah, I can't really say for sure, what we're going to be doing, but, yeah, life does go on though. I'm not.
Jim won't go on tour though.
Jimmy, no, Jimmy.
He's retired. He's
and I'm sure he'll be gay. Jim is very artistic. I mean, he's got a lot of ideas about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
for personal reasons, I hope you guys go on tour, because I'd like to go and see you guys again. So.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, we're offered a cross Canada tour next year. We're just deciding on that right now.
That'd be fun. I took Liam last time you were here in Mississauga. I took Liam, my youngest son, and he loved it. So he loved it.
Yeah, all 6'3" of them.
I know.
But Growing up fast.
Yeah. Yep. Both my boys are pretty tall. That's just the way it goes. And they're artistic too. Well, James plays the drums. You remember that probably.
Right.
All right. What else you got for me?
Well, that's about it. That's about it right now. Yeah. So stay tuned and we'll be doing stuff.
I look forward to it, and I appreciate this was educational to me as well because we actually talk quite a bit,
Yeah.
but I don't I don't dig too much, so it was fun. It's fun digging and
Well,
finding out
I mean,
stories.
every November you'd come to this town and do a dog show. And we used to go out for dinner and
Yeah,
my brother Will, who's interviewing me right now, would take me out to a nice restaurant. He'd have his entourage with him, which happened to be 8 ladies, young ladies hanging around. So, I mean, who's the rock star? Will's the rock star. But
well, I used your name to get them to come to dinner, so because
right.
come and meet dinner.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. We did that for a few years.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
I like going to the shows too because I love dogs.
Yeah.
I love seeing all the different kinds and really cool.
Well, this has been fun, man. I'm glad we did this. So
Yeah, well,
and again, thank you for letting us use "Yearning to Fly" because I think it's a great song for you. I think it's perfect for this podcast. So
well, it's all good.
excellent. All right, man.
Okay, so we'll do another one another time here. It's up.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I'll see you Saturday.
Okay.
Thanks, Ian. I'm speechless. It was a great interview, and I was glad I could talk to you about that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the weekend. And if you like what you're seeing here, make sure you press the like, share, and subscribe button. And I'll get back to all of you later. Take care, guys.
Taking off.